Good morning, everyone. How are you today on December the 24th? Because it's a special occasion, it doesn't really pick up on camera. Look, can you see? I've made my hair look like a bow. As a little gift to myself, I have got a bow on my head. Oh dear, you've got to have fun, haven't you? So, I'm leaning down because these have just fallen over. My goodness, the 24th of December, Christmas Eve. Can't believe it's here. It's come so quickly. And I am imagining up and down the land, all around the world, for those who are lucky enough to have advent calendars, that there are kids going bonkers this morning to open the big window. Do you remember I was talking about this, I don't know, a week or so ago, when I spotted the 25th on the literary calendar, which is not normal. Normally, the 24th, it's the last window, it's the big window, and you remember I kind of laid a bet, not that I'm a gambler, but the big window would be in the nativity scene. And of course, it meant, so as kids, we always had just a paper calendar. It was the same paper calendar. Mum shut the windows each year, put it away, got it out the next year. By the time a year had gone by, we'd forgotten. But we always used to fight over, so we had to take alternate days. And every year, my sister duped me, because you always want to be the one that opens the 24th, because it's the big window. But on the other hand, as a tiny little kid, you're so excited when the calendar comes out, you want to open the first window. So my big sister would say, okay, I give in, I'm going to let you open the first window. Because she knew that if I opened the first window, she'd get the big window on the 24th. I never did learn. But of course, for my friends who had richer parents, who had chocolate calendars, they were quite unusual in those days, quite rare. I mean, they're so commonplace now, aren't they? It's like pretty much every single one of them has chocolate behind. To find a paper one these days. But anyway, for those friends who did have the chocolate type advent calendars, they got an extra big chocolate on the 24th. Lucky so-and-sos. Anyway, we never had chocolate and I rarely got to open the 24th. Stupid kid. Oh dear, yeah. Sorry, I was just staring at it for a minute. So, remember I pointed out, it's the big window. In fact, it's double. Let's see, I get one window open and then, okay, one side, and I'm telling you, it's going to be the nativity, and if it's not, I'll eat my bow. Hang on, I'm not looking, I'm just trying to get my fingernail under to open it. There we go, you're getting the first glimpse. What is it? Oh, I thought for a minute it wasn't the nativity. It is, it's the nativity in stained glass. Oh, that's rather beautiful actually, isn't it? Give you a close. Oh, the light, there we go. Oh, that's really pretty. Oh, lovely. Actually, do you remember the other day when I was getting my decorations out? I was talking about my cousin Naomi, who does the stained glass and fused glass work. She does panels for the nativity in glass. They're beautiful. One panel is the wise men. One panel is the shepherds. And in the centre, it's Mary and Joseph and baby Jesus in the manger. Beautiful. Right, so this is kind of, I still haven't quite got my head around the idea that this calendar has another window for tomorrow, which of course we will open together. But for now, I feel like I just sunk down in the chair. Is my chair about to collapse? Oh, crikey. Or maybe my bottom's collapsing. It needs some more plumping. Better eat some more mince pies. I need to get some mince pies. Right, the 24th. Oh, awkward angle. Hang on a second. The first commercially produced Christmas cards were designed in 1843, the same year that Dickens' A Christmas Carol was published. I told you, it's all the Victorians, isn't it? They really kind of kicked Christmas off for us, didn't they? In terms of the sort of the hullabaloo around it, the commercial stuff, the decorating, all of that. I wonder who it doesn't give any idea who did it, but there we go. 1843 for the very first Christmas card. It's interesting, isn't it, now, because here we are 160, 70 years later, and actually Christmas cards are going sort of out of fashion, aren't they? Because we're all aware of, you know, thinking about the manufacture of them, the paper consumption, etc. People send e-cards so much these days, don't they? And I think although I'm kind of, you know, I'm a little green queen, a little eco-warrior in my own little way, it's still lovely to have a card, isn't it? As long as the card's got no glitter on it, we can either put it into the compost afterwards, or in the case of when they're really beautiful cards, just keep them in our little memento treasure boxes. In the past, I've used the front of cards, I cut it out to make a little gift tag for a present for the following year. But yeah, it's, I wonder if one day, you know, I don't know, maybe even as little as 20 years' time, when our kids, grandkids or whatever are grown up, they'll look back on us and they'll think we're total Neanderthals for still sending out paper cards. I wonder if that will have just completely disappeared. I hope not, because I'm sure you all feel the same as well. It's lovely. It's so lovely when that little Christmas card plops onto the mat. And so often it's the only time we kind of communicate with each other via snail mail, via our letterboxes. It's such a treat, isn't it? It's such a treat to receive post that isn't a bill, that isn't in a brown envelope. So yes, long may we all share the joy of old-fashioned communication in the shape of a card plopping onto a doormat. All right, my lovelies, let's go and see what else we can get up to today. Taking a moment to take it all in. It's been so quiet today. A couple more friends have just turned up. It's nice to hear little bits of chitter chatter. But the birds, this is what I wanted you to experience with me. It's magical, isn't it? And sunshine today. It's about 2:30 in the afternoon. I've just blinded myself. In about half an hour that sun will be dipped behind the houses over there. Still plenty of jobs to do. I'm just not in a hurry. What I am going to do next though is we're here by the rose bush tree. Underneath it is the bed that I grew some of my horizontal squash in last year, my butternuts. I haven't done anything with this bed, I haven't got it covered yet. So it's about 2 months behind all the other beds. So all the other beds were sort of cropped and dropped, had compost, literally any organic material I could get my hands on, spread over the tops of them, covered in the cardboard, protected from the pelting rain, and we really have had so much rain this sort of late autumn, early winter. So they've all been tucked up for 2 months. This bed got neglected. It's partly because I missed nearly the whole of November in the garden for various reasons. Plus, as we've come into December, there haven't been that many days to be in the garden, and frankly, I've been wanting to do other things, more fun things, so oops, my bad. So that's the next job. The reason I'm kind of mentioning it in terms of the time difference of 2 months is this bed. Actually, let me show you so you can know what I'm talking about as I'm talking about it, and you can enjoy these last rays of sunshine at the same time. So obviously I harvested the squash from this bed early to mid-October, but all the plants were just left in. Hey buddy. Upstaged by a cat again. All the plants were left in. There's a whole chunk of nasturtiums at the other end behind the blue bag that's got the leaves in. The frost did for them, but somehow they're still alive. I don't know how. So there's a bit of plant material in there. The cardboard that you can see was the cardboard that I put down in the beginning of June. I planted through the cardboard, so the cardboard would act as a weed suppressant, and then the squash could just scramble over it. So you can see how it disintegrates over time, the worms eat it, what have you. So there's been a little bit of matter on there, but not enough to protect it from the rain like the other beds have had protection. So I was getting a bit antsy about it a couple of weeks ago, and then I thought, you know what, I've worked quite hard in the garden this year. Don't stress about it. If you end up with one rubbishy bed next year, I can amend it. And then I thought, well, actually, you know what? Bit of an experiment. So I'm not even going to tickle this bed. I'm just going to go and get some organic matter and get it spread out. And then next year, come May or June, thinking about it already, let's just think about the crop rotation. The top bed will come down here this year. So this will be the vertical squash. So these beds will have squash in, which will really like a lot of organic matter. But yeah, let's have another experiment. I think a lot of my experiments are a result of my laziness, my ineptitude. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll learn together. Right, time to get the fork out and the barrow before this light disappears completely. It's beautiful, isn't it? Oh look, can I hold it? Can I hold it in my hand? The very last dregs. Oh, runny nose weather. Oh, a little light. You see a little light on the rose bush, which still has a few gorgeous wee blooms on it. Every year it amazes me. Some of this that was right in the bottom is quite quite well composted. Others are the bits like the flint corn leaf detritus after I'd taken the cobs home to strip them. They've barely started to decompose at all. I don't care, just get stuff on here. Not enough for the other end. I'll think of something else. Alright, let's just tip now. Ooh la la. Oh, about 15-20 minutes of light left. You know what? Hoopla, that'll do for now. Yeah, that'll do. Oh, it's chilly. Chilly when the wind blows. One of the last patches of light. So of course, our lovely marmalade boy has found it. It's a tough life being an allotment cat, isn't it? Well, I was going to start another job, but the light's almost gone. I know it doesn't look like it on the screen, does it? But the light has almost gone. The temperature has dropped quite a bit. The cold has got into my bones. So I think the only thing for it is to get myself home and have my very first glass of not Baileys. Can't wait. So, beautiful souls everywhere. It's time for me to say cheerio to you all on Christmas Eve. I don't know if I'll be back in the garden before the new year. I certainly won't be back before Christmas. I've done a bit of harvesting to take home with me now. So yes, happy Christmas Eve. I hope you're all cosy wherever you are in this rather peculiar year. Stay safe, lovely people. I'm going to leave you now because I think probably quite a lot of us have been feeling rather fraught in the last few days. So I'm going to leave you now with just a few quiet images from earlier on today when the sun was still out. See you all tomorrow. Bye for now.